So I've been using this very slow-moving coup about Trump since before he got elected the first time. But now they finally got the guy who's Trump's guy. You know, it takes time to get your people to infiltrate them into these positions. The Republican Party is just the MAGA party now, right?
I think so. I felt that way for a while. And
that's Jessica Tarlov and Bill Maher, reluctantly admitting that MAGA is inevitable and Trump is the new king of the GOP. Welcome to Nerk News. I'm Nerkish. Today we're going to take a few minutes to break down a clip of Jessica Tarlov doing a bit of a cell phone and having a meltdown about Speaker Mike Johnson.
And there were a few kind of glimmers, and I think Kevin McCarthy was like this fancy, shiny object that a lot of people thought.
Never heard him described that way, but...
Well, having spent a lot of time in the conservative ecosystem, these are things that I pay attention to.
Right.
Why is this one more useful than this one, for instance? And Kevin McCarthy comes off as someone normal. He is not normal.
So this is them talking about how Kevin McCarthy was basically a stepping stone in what Bill Maher called Trump's slow-moving coup. Tarlov and these guys don't like this because the people getting put in these positions don't look like the cartoon villains they make them out to be. And I'm sorry, but you guys don't get to talk about what's normal anymore. I mean, I'm pretty sure I recall some moral relativist argument from a leftist about how normal is a subjective term and we all live our own truths. Isn't that how it goes now? Look, the fact of the matter is they're right. Trump changed things. We're not going back to the soft Mitt Romney, milquetoast conservative politics of 10 years ago. We've been doing that forever, and look where that got us. I mean, Democrats bullied and needled the GOP year after year after year. They weren't playing by the same rules of civility. They weren't interested in rational debates in the marketplace of ideas. Their interests were in ad hominem attacks and emotional appeals, and it took Trump to finally say enough is enough and start fighting back. And once that happened, they have the audacity to clutch their pearls at some of the silly names and comments he comes up with when they've done nothing but suggest that their opponents are deplorable human scum for decades. Yeah, I'm sorry, we're not going back to being political punching bags.
And we got this guy who's a lawyer, who has a long career of going after these kind of social issues. You already mentioned it in the monologue. He is so much more frightening in that sense.
And the reason this guy is Speaker is none of us had the time to read his resume and realize he's David Duke light.
Well, we did now. Well...
Yup, that's right, random liberal mouthpiece on Bill Maher. Mike Johnson is definitely David Duke light. You nailed it and really drove it home with your solemn, sappy, serious face. If only there was someone in his life that we could talk to verify this. Oh, I know. Maybe we can ask his adopted black son. Maybe he would know if Mike Johnson is David Duke light. These people are midwits. This guy with the glasses is spouting nonsense, and Jessica is over here clapping like a trained seal. They find Mike Johnson spooky because he actually cares about social issues and isn't your run-of-the-mill Paul Ryan fiscal conservative with charts and graphs that nobody looks at. This is a common game they like to play on the left, and it goes something like this. The values of Christian conservatives roughly remain the same for centuries, while liberals drag the culture into the muck and mire, and as the chasm between the static Christian values and the new secular worldview grows, they look up and call conservatives extremists. Even though the vast majority of their foundational beliefs and what they would call normal are roughly 5 seconds old.
I do think, and obviously want to hear what you guys think about this as well, I think it is a good thing for Democrats that he was made Speaker because everything is laid bare now. If you listen to his interviews, you know exactly who this party is, and Democrats can run against that. It's harder to run against Kevin McCarthy.
So what she's saying here is Mike Johnson is telling the truth, and they can run against that. He bothers them because their tactics are basically deception and wanting to appear like something without being the thing itself. It's why they're so fond of playing word games and changing definitions. It's why they pretend to be less competent to get the black vote. It's why they pretend to be Christians when it's convenient. They pretend to be bipartisan and say they want unity while attacking the right. They'll act like moderates until the culture is degraded enough on an issue, then they'll flip and drag it down further. It's all performative. I mean, you ask a liberal why they like Obama so much, and it's almost always because they think he spoke well and made other countries like us. They like him because they think he acted like what a president should act like, which is basically what they see on TV and movies. It's all high school, social clique, teenage politics. It almost never has anything to do with actual policy. But let me know what you think. Is Mike Johnson scary? Is MAGA the inevitable future of the GOP? Are Democrats honest or just actors that were too ugly for Hollywood? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help. Until next time, this has been Nerk News.